APAC. We will start now with our program. Official members, let me take this opportunity to recognize the presence of our General Secretary, Honorable Kanyile, all honorable members of the Executive Committee of APAC, the honorable members from the different jurisdictions, the members of Parliament and the chairperson of SCOPA National, the support staff of the different jurisdictions amongst us here today, Chapter 9 institutions, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Dumelang, Goeiemorgen. We are gathered here today after a very successful 2 days conference where different jurisdictions were given the opportunity to contribute and participate in the different topics to strengthen the work of APAC in terms of financial oversight in the 3 spheres of government. We acknowledge the contribution made by the different stakeholders during the 2 days of thorough engagements and deliberations. Through our discussions and engagements, we could see that we have one common understanding and common objective to strive for clean financial governance and to serve the people of South Africa. As we all rally behind the theme, enhanced oversight for ethical public financial management and accountability to grow South Africa together, we believe that there is light in the tunnel. Annual General Meeting is not about electing leadership, but to reflect on the work done by APAC during the past 2 years. Yes, it was not easy when we took over from our predecessors. We had to start from scratch to get APAC where it is today. The handling over process was not smooth. It was very challenging, and we must never, moving forward, repeat those mistakes again. APAC's house must be in order at all times and lead by example at all times, so that when APAC engage different stakeholders, it must engage with authority. Not forgetting that we are in Women's Month, and our men should embrace our women in South Africa and make women to feel free. And make women to feel free in the streets of our country. We know that all of us sitting here today, we came in this world through a woman. And let's pray together as a nation for this evil called gender-based violence. And we trust that this evil will end one day. They say in Sotho, monna ke monna ka mosadi. And ngwana ke ngwana ka mme. Okay, we are trying. We are not all, we are diverse in South Africa. So we have to learn from one another. But thank you, Limpopo. As I can conclude, GS, on behalf of APAC, we want to welcome all delegates today here and wish all of us well during this AGM. I thank you, Kia Leboga, Enkosi Danki. Thank you very much, honorable members and distinguished guests. I will be the program director for this session. We will now go over to our next point on our agenda, and this is the messages of support. We do have two messages of support. One is from the Office of the Auditor General of South Africa, and the second one is from the Public Protector's Office. So we will now join by the Office of the Auditor General, but we will join through the virtual platform, and we will now give over to the AG's office to give us a message of support. Thank you.
But be assured that I am with you in spirit. I am therefore delighted. Greetings, honorable members and delegates. Thank you for the opportunity to address you. Regrettably, I cannot be with you in person due to other commitments, but be assured that I am with you in spirit. I am therefore delighted that with the benefit of technology, I can still deliver this message to this auspicious forum, where you are expected to discuss many important issues that affect our country and to elect the new leadership to take APAC to greater heights. APAC and the AGSA have a long and solid history, and your work and achievements are very important for accountability in the public sector. While our relationship has evolved since 1997, APAC, as the home for all public accounts committees, provides an important platform for engagement on oversight practices and for co-creation of solutions to overcome challenges in the public sector. APAC has always supported the work of the National Audit Office, and you shone the spotlight on audit outcomes. For that, we are grateful. And so on behalf of Team AGSA, I would like to extend a word of appreciation and thank you for your efforts. As audit outcomes continue to deteriorate, this body, as part of the system of assurance providers, remains of strategic value to the AGSA as a coordinating structure for oversight. This is particularly important as the AGSA rolls out its new organizational strategy, Culture Shift 2030, a strategy through which we aim to drive a culture of greater accountability and to strengthen the accountability ecosystem in the public sector. Audit outcomes for national and provincial government confirm that the areas that require constant attention are planning and budgeting for service delivery, reporting accurately against planned targets, the maintenance of public sector infrastructure projects, and building a culture and controls that support consistent compliance with the law, especially in the areas of procurement. The departments that need more attention are those of education, health, human settlement, and public works. As you may have noted in our most recent reports, each of us have distinctive roles to play, and we call on the accountability ecosystem to be active and effective. I leave you with only two messages today. The first being that we are all part of the accountability ecosystem. The system cannot function if any of us fail to show up and do what is required of us. As part of the assurance stakeholders, you have a responsibility as public accounts committees to ask relevant questions to the executive authorities and the accounting officers, to craft and articulate a set of clear resolutions for what needs to be done, and to monitor their implementation. My second message would be that it is in our hands to improve audit outcomes by demanding that accounting officers strengthen accountability by implementing preventative controls that can stop leakage and curb irregular and wasteful expenditure. As I conclude, I would like to congratulate the leadership team on your achievements over the last few years. And I'd also like to welcome the new leadership team that will be elected at this AGM. We look forward to working with you. I wish you well, and I thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for the Office of the AG. So we just want to say thank you for the Office of the AG for the message of support. Yes, we must strive for greater accountability as of state in the 3 years of government. We must make sure that we put pressure on those who are put in position of responsibility to make sure that accountability does exist in the different departments where we are. And also compliance with the law is very, very important, honorable members. We want to thank the Office of the Auditor General for the message of support. We will now go to our next message of support and call to the phone our Deputy Public Protector to come and give us the next message of support. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson of the session, Treasurer General of APAC, Honorable Koloi. I bring you very warm greetings to the chairpersons of all the provinces present here of APAC, as well as national, the secretaries present, honorable members, colleagues from the FISD. I'm advised that you're also present here. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Those of you who've got enough light and can hear me speak, my speech is a bit impaired this morning. Please do not worry, it's not because of GBV. I extracted a molar, so it's giving me a bit of problems, so I might have challenges here and there, but I'm hoping not to. I've tried to extract the words that would give me challenges. But we are really grateful as the Public Protector South Africa to receive this opportunity, not just to address you this morning, but to interact with you. The Public Protector South Africa team from KwaZulu-Natal has been here from day one, and they have given me nothing but progressive feedback. I wish to thank the PPSA, one of the ideal institutions to take part and make. Not only are we ideal, but we do see ourselves as a partnership in oversight and accountability. As an institution whose purpose for existence is essentially to exert accountability on public sector institutions and functionaries, we readily welcome these to put heads together with like-minded bodies with a view of sharing notes and exchanging ideas. I am particularly heartened by the theme of this conference, enhanced oversight for ethical public financial management and accountability to grow South Africa together. The inclusion of ethics in this dialogue is, for me, in particular and in earnest in these 3 days, a critical development. Further, the focus on improved and effective oversight and fiscal accountability. I just want to take a pause and concentrate on ethics so that you understand the importance of you having included ethics in your borrowing from Plato and Aristotle, the Greek philosophers, when they say ethics is mere character. In a democratic state, particularly 28 years in our democracy, under the state of affairs in our country, ethics is particularly important. We speak about upholding the rule of law. Yes, because you've got a guard, which is the several legislations that are there. However, ethics, you become the guard. As leaders who are entrusted with the state and the constitution of this country that you need to uphold. Speak of ethics. It is important, firstly, for us as these vanguards of our constitution to be internally looking. Are our hands of character? Because as Tom Bingham in his book of Rule of Law states, it doesn't lie anywhere else. It lies in the hands of those to which it is entrusted with. It must be hands of ethical beings. Otherwise, there is no rule of law. Once we've done that introspection, we need then to encourage organization to elect into positions of leadership, not only persons who are not facing the wrath of the law or having criminal convictions of high ethical standards, so that those people can ensure that not only those they lead with and lead amongst, but also the systems in our country are ethical. Before we are able to check and make balances on compliance, we need to ensure that we put in place systems that cannot be corrupted. And persons entrusted with those systems cannot. Accountability, if you look into the mandate of the public protector, we look into what happened, what should have happened, what it is that should have happened. Is there responsibility that's been taken by the state organ, and what must be done to rectify the deficiency? That is accountability. When people are held to account